Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut, and we find ourselves here on Volskaya Foundry for our Division A East matchup with gillySharks on the left and ReGen Phoenix on the right. But I know you're sitting at home enjoying all of your new emotes due to the fact that Mr. Lard just dropped a bomb of subs before this. Thank you once again, Mr. Lard, but we gotta find out how we got to Volskaya. The home team this evening is going to be the gillySharks. They, of course, in gillyShark fashion, don't know how to flip a coin and have lost the coin flip. First pick went over to the side of ReGen Phoenix as they opted for that. Brax's holdout and Towers, excuse me. Okay, phew, I thought I didn't fix something. Brax's holdout and Tomb of Spider Queen were banned up by the members of ReGen Phoenix. Towers of Doom and Sky Temple banned up by the members of gillyShark, and Volskaya Foundry will be our game number 1 for our best of 3 matchup. Samuro, Zool being banned out. Those are targets, I wouldn't say specifically towards Stark, but Stark does play a lot of both of those heroes, so I would say it's maybe even targeted just onto them. But Zool, in general, is a very strong hero. ATC to be gotten rid of, as that's just really good harassment, poke potential, not even poke potential, just peeling, just being able to kind of step into the backline of the team. There's just a lot of good utilization coming out from them. Garrosh should be removed as well. Things like Joanna are still up and available, Anna's still up and available. We have a lot of good options for first picks, especially for Volskaya Foundry. This is also a wonderful Mephisto map. We could be seeing some Mephisto play. Junkrat's not a bad idea. I'm thinking of like some of the top picked heroes, but also some of the heroes that these teams actually prioritize. But there's going to be a Joanna coming out for them, and then a Rhaegar. I wonder if this will be Bloodlust Rhaegar with a Tassadar Archon form. That's been a nice little duo that I've been seeing a lot of teams and players run as of late. I mean, we talked all weekend about how, I mean, I feel like actually we had quite a few Rhaegar games in the Heroes Lounge Mythic Championships, and we ended up like, I think there was like one ancestral game out of all of them. Like every single game was always Bloodlust. Desert Jester, good to see you, friend. Ghost Bear, Mr. Lard, once again. Thank you seriously so much. Like that I didn't have to, but I wanted to show my support for you and my old crew. Thank you seriously so much. That means the world to me. Lorelei, good to see you as well, my friend. All right. I hope you're all having a great Tuesday afternoon. So an Artanis Falstad. Whoa, no, thank you for the 11 months. Holy crap. They do need a healer on the right-hand side. I'm trying to think, like, I guess actually Malfurion would work out pretty well because the fact that they can dive in. I wonder if they actually end up going into a Lucio. Like a Lucio wouldn't be a bad idea either. Sound Barrier is a good kind of pause tool. You have the speed to be able to chase further. You have the just the AoE healing just to kind of hit everyone in the team fight. So I think that might be a direction we see the members of ReGen Phoenix go into. But a Malfurion Band's not bad at all either. Single target lockdown, even the Strangling Vines at level 4 with the 40% or 40% healing reduction, just really impactful. That's actually going to be I think that's like a Ryokai ban, if I'm not mistaken. They've been playing a lot of Phoenix in the games that I've been able to catch for the gillySharks. Once again, Wono, thank you for the 11 months of support. Thank you for the tier 1, my friend. I still think, like, I love the idea of the Tassadar here. Sylvanas is interesting. Okay, so they've got push pressure with that. Urel's going to be in the solo lane, and they're going to be holding their mage, essentially. Well, Sylvanas, I don't know. Sylvanas kind of dabbles in that realm as well a little bit. I still like the idea of the Tassadar. I think the Bloodlust with the Archon form is really powerful. Maybe they're just holding to see what other kind of tank and damage they're going to roll out here on the right-hand side. With a Greyman Artanis, you could probably go into Diablo or a Nubarak. A Nubarak would be pretty good to shut down the Joanna or Rhaegar with the web wrap. They don't have anything to burn down that. Maybe that's why they're holding this last hero on the side of gillyShark. Maybe they grab themselves that Li Ming to be able to get the disintegrate value to burn down through that web wrap. But it's going to be a Murden, just going to play aggressive with that Stormbolt into Lurking Arm. Artanis potentially swapping, Greymane diving on a single target, and Falstad. I'm expecting this to be Wingman, but like you can go Gathering Storm, you can go Seasoned Marksman. Like I think Falstad's got viability with all of them, but the most popular is just Wingman, which it can be good. It just really depends on the composition you're going up against as well. I mean, if you're playing into a lot of range, Wingman's pretty useless, and you can go Gathering Storm to poke like a Sergeant Hammer or something like that. But there's gonna be the Tassadar, as I've been harping on it. I think they were just waiting to see maybe they need a different mage or something like that. But Tassadar, Bloodlust, Archon form, all of that is just very delicious to see, and I like both these drafts. I honestly think that either side could win this. I'm wondering, do we see Protector of Ire for Artanis? Do we see the dings at level 1, or are we going to be seeing Amateur Opponent? That's kind of been the contest as of late. Is that level 1 Protector of Ire worth the 0.1% increase per auto onto enemy heroes? I feel like I've seen it go anywhere up. Like I feel like the average I see is probably in the 200 plus range. Like most people I see playing that build do, or at least that level 1, get above the 200 stacks, which 20% is not bad whatsoever. Hero kills increase it by 1 if I'm not mistaken. No. Oh god, I think his hero kills increase it by 1 completely. That's not Juice Pirates. What's up, Mega Muffin? Lingaria, good to see you, friend. Peepo, comfy indeed. I've arrived just in time. You did, actually. Perfect timing from all of you. I don't know if CEST time zone is helping with when I do my posting, but if it is, wonderful. If not, well, the information's out there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get on into game number 1. On the left-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark. Jinxie Cat will be on the Joanna. Ryokai will be on the Sylvanas. Kaimo Tripson's going to be on that Rhaegar. Stark on the Tassadar. And Zergy Monster on the Urel. On the right-hand side, we have got the members of ReGen Phoenix. We are going to see Mudge on the Artanis. Repsychic will be on that Stukov. Rabid Penguin will be on the Greymane. We've got Daribao on the Falstad, or Daribo. I might have that wrong. Someone in chat might know that answer. But on the Falstad and Eero... Arrow's going to be on the Muradin. Let's go ahead and check out level 1s. It is going to be the Protector of Ire for the Artanis. So it is 1%. So it's basically 10 stacks for a hero kill, or 1 stack, or 0.1. I like that wasn't actually a good breakdown. I'll take that back. Yay for CEST times. Oh, Kalis, how's it going, bud? Good to see you. Well, there's Urel, so I know who I'm rooting for. That's the defining factor, is just that dauntless Urel coming on in here. Either way, we'll keep an eye on these Protector of Ire stacks as much as we can. Currently, just at the 0.2. So if you're ever wondering what the number is, and I'll try, you know, because we sometimes cycle out of these other stats, so I'll kind of keep that in the bottom left corner so you can maybe peek at it here and there. If you're ever wondering, just like basically put a decimal point in between. If it's a double-digit number, obviously right now, just put a decimal point in the middle, and that's going to be the damage increase for Artanis. So you can kind of keep that checked up for yourselves. Falstad is going to be Wingman at level 1. They're going to be focusing onto Stark, but they won't find the kill. Just going to force them back towards the front gate. Rhaegar and Sylvanas to grab the camp on the left-hand side. Really good timing coming out from them. Rabid Penguin not too far behind. Going to sneak over here and go for that one as well. Falstad's sitting at 16 stacks currently. So for every stacks that Falstad does get on that Wingman from level 1, they are able to bribe 1 unit. Per unit bribed, you get 5% bonus damage on your Lightning Rod. So if you bribe an entire camp, so let's say they bribe all 3 of these, that's going to be 60 stacks necessary, but they'll get 15% on that W, or on that Lightning Rod bonus damage. Because flying Space Goat is fun. True. I actually really need to practice up my URL. That's definitely a solo laner that is like worthwhile. Watch it be one of those things that like the day I start practicing it and I get it and I'm like, finally I understand URL, and like the harassment playstyle, it's gonna be like patch notes, URL, Dauntless is gonna be like 10 armor. Like they're gonna change it. They're just gonna like mega nerf URL or something like that. Either way, Jinxie setting up in the bush right now, just anchoring for the friendly team. Arrow steps in. There's a force wall as well. They're looking to get the blow up onto them, but they don't find it, forcing the dwarf toss away from Muradin. They no longer have that engage, disengage tools, but they're going to look to try and jump onto this. They do have the push being spread around from the Stukov. Jinxie Cat slowing things down. That is going to be Stark able to steal away the Bodic Emitter. Really good anchoring coming out from Jinxie Cat, forcing the enemy team to just play into her, or at least her control in general will stop the enemy team from stepping up to the point, and that was just an easy grab from them. They had the healing coming out from Kaimo Tripson consistently, and the threat of the force wall down the road, I think, was something that also kind of that made them consider, like, you know what, we can't play too aggressive into gillyShark right now. If we get locked in with a force wall, are we able to get out? Do we end up dying? And the first objective is right around the corner as well. Urel and Mudge, excuse me, Zergy and Mudge just gonna be playing around in bottom lane. Gonna get pushed around right now, and that physical armor into all those auto attacks from Artanis are really gonna pay off for this Urel. But as the game progresses, Artanis is going to be scaling that level 1, so we'll have to keep that in mind. If I'm not saying it's going to mitigate the armor, but I mean, you're reducing the damage by 50%, but that damage is consistently being, I don't know, like, I think I still see Protector of Ire as having value. Like, everyone's saying like it's not worthwhile, but I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of the road on this. Like, I haven't played it enough to argue one way or the other, but I haven't seen it be like completely like pick the talent, lose the game sort of deal. Tassadar, though, is trying to get that Static Shock from level 1 stacked up as quickly as possible. I believe it's 250 stacks onto that from the Shock Ray. Excuse me, Static Charge. Static Shock, I believe, was an old 90s animated TV show on Saturday mornings. Got the day off tomorrow, cooked my world-famous non-spicy chili today, feeling pretty good. That's awesome. As much as I love spicy foods, it is sometimes nice to take a little bit of a break. You know, you just get some beans, you get some meat, or whatever, veggies, I don't know. You could do vegetarian as well, but like, it doesn't have to be spicy. Or even then, same boat. It doesn't have to be like you're sweating and you're crying spicy either. Like not all spicy foods have to just be like, yes, ghost chili peppers. I can't breathe every time I eat. First objective's going to be up and available. Zergy Monster's going to be stepping in here. Swap coming out from Artanis, not able to connect onto anyone. Forcewell will be forcing them back a little bit as we do have Murden jumping out, but they're not able to get out alive. That's going to be Artanis going down as well. Recycled getting very low. Zergy might have the last little bit of damage. Ryokai steals away that kill, and that'll be triple kill in favor for gillySharks as they go ahead and grab themselves the first Triglav Protector as well. No back and forth over this. Really surprised as to how quickly that went over to the side of the gillySharks, but losing 3 like that, they just realized they can't even step back up to this. They have to give it over, and they consistently had someone on that point on the side of gillySharks. With that, we can go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. We also do have, with those triple kills and this extra siege coming in, this will be a solid level and a half in favor for the gillySharks as they're going to play this Punisher from the top portion of the lane. I really like that angle right there. That way they're only taking shots from one of the towers at the time. They're going to go ahead and open up this front gate a little bit further. Typically teams want to prioritize that well, but right now I think they're feeling pretty confident with the amount of health they have left on this Triglav Protector. But now Falstad rotating up, I think they're saying, you know what, let's play it safe. Rhaegar is in here. Joanna's in there as well, but it's Rhaegar. If they get caught out, you don't want to be just giving over a free kill or even the healer. But with 10 talents here, now they're considering, well, maybe we step back into this. We do have 10 talents. If we drop out of this, we can drop a Blessed Shield, or we come out of this and we find a potential pick onto Falstad. The Rocket Glove not connecting. They're going to throw the laser out as well. Seems like this is just going to be Triglav Protector going down to the time expiration. Blessed Shield comes out as well as the Bloodlust. That's going to be the Archon form from Stark. Forcewell as well. There's going to be a Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas to lock them down further, so no Dwarf Toss was allowed there, but they find the Stukov kill, and I think that's the big thing they wanted. They wanted to make sure that Stukov went down. Really smart call from Ryokai as well. I think they're playing around the cooldown off of the Black Arrows, because just as they rotated up with the objective, Black Arrows just expired. So I think that was the reason they played that a little bit slower. They cycled back around, they got 10 talent here, and then once the Triglav went down, they had all the tools they needed to find at least one kill, but also to be able to find themselves the top lane for it. That's a huge win on Volskaya Foundry before Control Point B. Speaking of Control Point B, we're probably about, I think we're about 2 minutes away. If my caster math serves me correct, we're about 2 minutes away on that next objective. So until then, it might actually be closer to like 2:30. Until then, it's going to be grabbing camps, making sure they're going to be on even talent tiers for the next objective, which they will be. Stukov is holding level 10. I do expect Flailing Swipe, just because of Bloodlust and everything. I think they'd want to go into more of an AoE disengage rather than single target disengage, because Bloodlust, you can push away the Joanna, but you still have Sylvanas, and you still have Tassadar just on top of you. Even then, you have a Bloodlusted Rhaegar who can bite your butt. It doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all. You feel personally attacked by Baja today? Why? You shouldn't. None of my comments were aimed to be attacking. $13 talent here will come through in favor for gillySharks first. Objective still not announced. So, ooh, wait, Arrow is gonna just get a Stormbolt to Jinxie Cat. They're quite a ways through their baseline quest, and they have quite a few stacks already on their Perfect Storm from level 1, but 21 stacks on that Stormbolt right there. 169, nice damage off of that. They only need 4 more. 59 stacks currently. They only need 2 more, but just about 60 stacks for the Artanis right now, so it's gonna be 5.9 increased damage from them. Right? Yeah, 5.9% increased damage. Arrow, oh, they're all stepping in right now, but there's no 13 talent here. Zergy very low, pops the Absorption, that Ardent Defender keeping them alive. Blind from Artanis is going to be just getting any sort of Bloodlust value kind of mitigated, and I think this is just gillyShark backing off. The objective is going to be up and available, so I was actually right on the point with that. Nice. It was just about 2 minutes from when I said it was, but a minute on this Biotic Emitter. Top lane camp is going to be coming on through. They're going to have to clear that out. No 13 talent here in sight. I don't think they can get this Falstad. The mobility from them should be enough. They're going to throw Hammering out, poke at them a little bit. Sylvanas actually moves in here, uses the Black Arrows. locking down the tower. Force Well was there for a second. Arrow's going to find the Stormbolt. It's going to connect onto one. They did finish out that baseline quest. They're able to get out of here. That will be the fort going down. They re-engage with Zergy hopping on in. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. Tassadar throws out a Shockwave. Murden jumps forward, throws out the Stormbolt. Jinxie's going to eat that right there. Greymane continuing to keep that Inner Beast up, but it will die off as they rotate back towards objective. No 13 talent here just yet, but they should be able to get that in just a wave. Yeah, they should be able to get it from just this wave right here. How come I don't have to make everything extra spicy? I'm just saying, not everything has got to be super spicy. Sometimes, like, when you get a cocktail and they just put spice in it for no reason, you're just like, why? I don't know, just like, it's just, that's always been my thing. Like, I like spicy foods, but like, I just never am a big fan of like spicy to the point where like you can't actually enjoy the meal. Like, it's just like heat for heat, and I don't know. Ryokai is gonna get jumped on. They actually don't even drop their fortification camp in time. Barrel roll away from Falstead. Mudge taking a lot of damage. Gus is gonna keep them alive right there, and I think with that they disengage, or no, actually they're gonna jump onto the point. A lot of the members of gillyShark still fairly healthy. Bloodlust is up and available, so is Archon form. But I don't think they want to try and take this 4v5, especially not without Sylvanas. So they're gonna cycle down to mid lane, grab another wave right there, give some charge over to the enemy team. But with 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 50%, I think they should be able to get that Sylvanas back over there. Stark just going to throw one quick shock ray into mid lane, get this experience, and they'll be able to jump onto this. Now, Jinxie setting up in the bush. Dari is going to be over here as well. Was caught by Zergy. Do they make the rotation? No, they actually don't even go for it. I'm looking at minimap, and Stark will be on the point over here with Kaimo Tripson grabbing the fortification camp. Swap onto Jinxie Cat. Considering whether or not they want to drop the... no, not even considering it right there. They had Iron Skin. They were out of that engagement completely. They don't even need to consider dropping the Biotic Emitter. But during all of that, while they were grabbing that camp, while they were trying to make some sort of fight happen right there, they do stop the channel, so that did buy a little bit more time for gillyShark as they recoup and get back onto this point. No 16 talents here just yet, but still a lot of damage coming out from that Tassadar. Dari looking for an angle to get into this. Rabid Penguin finding Tassadar in the backline, trying to put some consistent damage onto them. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas as well. Tassadar going to throw out another shock ray. Just the end of that's going to hit Recyclic. They spread that push around, but that'll be 99%, and no Triglock Protector for ReGen Phoenix just yet. Going to go ahead and grab themselves this camp. A little bit of bribe from Falstead. Currently sitting at 40% on that Lightning Rod bonus damage. Artanis is sitting, where are you sitting at there? 97%, so almost 10% increased damage on that Artanis. We're going to cycle through the other numbers once again, get an idea of what those look like, and we'll be able to see 16 talent tiers after they do come through. Ace, how's it going, bud? Tetcher, how's it going? Of course the team with URL is ahead. Laughing. I'm biased, yes. Wait, why did we move off the point? Murda, I'm honestly confused as well. I think it was, I think Dari stepped off to go to this bush over here and anchor, but they didn't really need to. They actually ended up taking a bunch of damage from that. I think, I might be misremembering on that, but that's at least what I recall. When I'm quickly thinking back to it, but they do have 16 talents here on the side of gillyShark, so they're going to go ahead and grab themselves a fort in the bottom lane, and that's a quick fort. That's actually a big deal, especially for control point C. Gives them a little bit more advantage in that bottom lane because there's, well, no well to defend with. Sorry, we got to use keyboard keys for a second. I had to drink some tea. Okay. So they're going to go ahead and put Tassadar and Joan inside the Triglock Protector. They've got all of ReGen up and right in front of the gate. No 16 talent here, but still not too far off from grabbing it themselves. Artanis looking for a swap. Cleanse onto Rio before it even connected, but they also managed to sidestep that. Arrow getting into the backline, popping the Avatar form. They're going to be chasing onto Rio. That's the Bloodlust out from the Rhaegar. Rio needs to get out of there and uses the Banshees to do so. The Triglock Protector now trying to back up and help the friendly team. There was a Rocket Glove to actually push back Recyclic, and they find the kill onto Murden. Now turning around and chasing on in through top lane. They're looking to get a second kill, maybe even go for keep. Ardent Defender will be used by the URL. Unfortunately, they don't tank the damage they're looking for from the keep, and they're gonna have to back off with actually taking a little extra damage before they even popped it, or they might have just net zeroed on that. Mudge far out right now. Armor reduction onto them. URL looking to throw some damage onto one, but this will be keep going down. They actually lock it down with Ryokai. They're gonna step past further. They're gonna step further past that. Zergy getting low, but they still find the kill onto Greymane. Darian friends gonna back off. Triglock Protector poking at mid lane. 10 seconds on that Triglove with 5% on as well. They're going to go ahead and back off and say, you know what, we got the top lane keep. That's as much as we wanted. And that'll be second objective. Second one for gillySharks. Getting quite a bit of siege right there. Level 16 to 14, items you leave. Yeah, they did have 16 talent to your advantage. But not at the time. Like at the time when they got off the point, they didn't really have it. Jinxie went for the solo blessed shield. I think the rest of the team was, maybe they were expecting there were more behind them, or they were just thinking that they'd be done with the camp faster and they could rotate onto this. I'm not sure, but either way, they got double fortification, excuse me, double biotic emitters on the side of gillyShark. 10.7, no, 11.7% for the Artanis increased damage. What's their auto attack? 231 right now from that Artanis. Stormbolt misses. Artanis looking for the swap, barely missing Chymotrypsin. That was like a pixel off in my opinion. That was so close to them. Just in comparison, let's look. Yrel does... We're just going to compare solo laners right now, just out of curiosity. Zergy, can I click on you? Zergy, can I click on you? Zergy? Okay, there we go. 314. So Yrel's still stronger autos, but are they as fast? No, Artanis is way faster. So there's a little bit of a there's some number crunching right there. Murden jumps in with the avatar form, trying to get into that backline. They're just gonna back off right now, start taking about half their health. Chymotrypsin's very low, or excuse me, not very low, but just out of position. Bless Shield comes out from Jinxie Cat. They're actually gonna get a huge gust into this corner. Condemn comes out, Bloodlust will be there. Force Wall's gonna lock them in. Chymotrypsin will go down, but they find a double kill and trade. Flailing Swipe from the Stukov is gonna force them back. Mudge is just gonna get to the lowest part of the lane, and they'll be able to hearth out of there as the Stukov does go down. That Force Wall locking them in really worked out for gillyShark. I was actually expecting that gust to really pay dividends for ReGen Phoenix, but not going to be the case whatsoever. And with 3 down, they're making a quick rotation top. They've got catapults up here. Are gillyShark trying to make this a 15-minute game? They are. They're looking to take this game. They're looking to go up 1 in the set when they have the advantage. This is actually a big thing. Like, there's a lot of teams out there who I don't think they realize when they have a win condition. This isn't like 100, like this isn't like instantaneous, but they've got opportunities here to make bigger plays, and that's exactly it. They actually trade out the Tassadar right there. I don't think they can end now without Tassadar's damage. I don't know. I think it was a good call. They might have not been able to end. You know what? The math is slowly coming in. Maybe they couldn't have gone for core. But I think that was a really good example of trying to make a big play when you have a massive advantage. You did a good attempt. They did stagger out a Falstad death, but they end up trading out their Tassadar. So I don't know. Like it's one of those things that like I think it was a good play. It didn't go the way that maybe they were looking it would. 30 seconds. They were like here with 30 seconds on 3 players. I feel like they might have been able to. I don't know. Maybe not without Bloodlust Rhaegar or something like that. They didn't have a win condition there. If someone other than the Rhaegar was dead, maybe they could have pulled. Yeah. I'm like, as I said it, I'm like, maybe not. Maybe if it was Yrel dead instead of Rhaegar in that, so they basically just had everyone but the Yrel. Maybe they could have ended because their damage would have been a lot more with the Bloodlust as well. I'm not 100% sure. Now that I'm gonna have to go back after this tonight and watch it because I'm curious as to what the timing officially was on those death timers and would they be able to do so. But I pulled away the talents a while ago. Let's go ahead and pull those back because I'm sure you're looking at what 16s as well as 20s are for some of these players. We do have that Twilight Archon for the Tassadar. And I was showing this on Saturday, and I think this is something that a lot of people need to see. This is currently the max zoom for casters. Okay, we're gonna pull away talents really quickly. This is the Bloodlust range. This is player visibility. I want you just so you all know. That's Bloodlust with Gladiator's Warshout. I don't know, that's just wild to me. Anyways, back to talents, back to all that stuff. 13 and rising % in favor for gillyShark. 20 is up on both sides. Falstad, what are you going for here? Ooh, Wind Tunnel. Okay. 50% core is way less threatening than 100% core. You're not wrong on that whatsoever. Cat Peach, thank you for the spooky worm. Condemn pulling them in. That's going to be the Unfurling Shadows coming in, or not Unfurling Shadows, the Black Dagger from the Sylvanas. There's the Wind Tunnel into the corner. There's a Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas, Bloodlust from the Rhaegar. The Bite the Butt of Arrow, Flailing Swipe from Stukov doesn't connect as they find the first kill. Rio's able to get out. That's going to be the Storm Shield from Jinxie Cat as Chymotrypsin continuing to chase in. Chymotrypsin casually 1v3ing as Tassadar finds a double kill with that single Shock Ray. Triple kill overall. Oh, no, they don't find the second Shock Ray kill, but they get themselves the third Triglav Protector. And here, especially with the third one and 40 seconds on average, I say you rush this through top, or maybe they're just going to sidewall through bottom lane. Yeah, I think that's going to be it, especially with Tassadar Archon form. They just want to keep that up as long as possible, and that allows them to also auto-attack through all this. Jinxie Cat going to anchor, tanking a little bit of that damage, going to get some of that Twilight Archon form value still continuing to go up, and it wasn't at 15 minutes, but the gillySharks will go ahead now end game at our 18-minute 30. It'll be game number 1 over to them. GG. Well played. Yo, Sinkari, how you doing, bud? By the way, if no one follows Cat Peach on Twitter, you should. They got the most adorable kitten, Bear, and that's it. That's my plug. That's the whole thing. Go follow Cat Peach on Twitter. Is Bandit better? Yeah, he's a lot better today. He was like, I think he just had to get whatever was in his system out. Like, he ate dinner on Sunday night after stream. Like, I waited a little bit longer, but he ate dinner after stream. One of my friends had his dog on the street, so, like, I went outside and they ran around in my front yard, and Bandit was, like, booking it. So I think he just had to get whatever it was out. I think it was just, like, I think he might have just eaten something in the backyard off the ground, and it didn't digest, and it eventually came back, so... Thanks for caring, though. Thanks for asking, everybody. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Bear is adorable. Bear is so freaking cute. I want to smush its face. Alright, I'm asking if they want first pick or map pick. Whew, it is hot in here. I think it's 78 degrees in my office. And I've had the brilliant idea of drinking hot tea the entire time. Also, Valk Slays, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated during that game. Bear is the best. I want to just Bear is so cute. Rag, how's it going, bud? Good to see you. I hope all is going well for you, bud. I saw you playing, God, what was it? You're playing something on Steam, like, yesterday, because I was playing a lot of Civ because I was relaxing. I was relaxing and playing Civ and having day beers. All right, we'll pull back to stats, and let me go ahead and update all of our map information, because I do have partially all of it. I said it, and then I realized I don't have all my information. Yo, who's pumped for CCL tomorrow night, by the way, too? 2 more best of 3s. 2 more amazing best of 3s. Alrighty. Oh, Bandit, you're so tired. It's so hot, isn't it? Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud. It's been a while since I played hot. Why no Zeratul or Genji picks? Zeratul is synergistic with some compositions, and Genji is just Genji right now is not really of a good spot. The mobility from Genji isn't really that popular. Zeratul's in a good spot, but I feel like he's a little bit more beneficial on the high mechanical side. That and, like, I don't know. Synergistically, Tassadar is working a lot better with, like, Bloodlust compositions, which are, like, the jam right now. Genji, yeah, Zeratul sees play, but Genji is in a dumpster right now, yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunate. Is it because they're technically the same player, or is I just crazy? Wait, what? Oh, I was playing Stukov with TLV and had... Oh, wait. The feeling that healing blood from Stukov does not spread from one Viking to the other is weird. I don't know. I'd have to test that. I don't know. I do not know. All right, cool. I know what map it's going to be, so I need to make that and then get players into there, and we will get going here in just a second. Thanks for swinging by, everybody. If the games go quick enough, we'll grab another best of 3. I have a very loose stream schedule tonight. Because I was like, oh, I can grab another best of 3, but, like, that means I have to put, like, 2-hour windows, or I have to do, like, an hour window in between. Yeah, just, like an hour window. It's something stupid. Basically schedule 2 hours for each best of 3, which it's just, they don't go that long, but they go a little bit longer than an hour and a half at this point. Okay, sorry, it's very, very hot in here. I'm realizing it's like, the more and more I'm talking, just drinking hot tea, I'm just like, oh my god, please. Hofed, how's it going, bud? Just when he gets the CEST times, he starts mentioning temperature degrees in Fahrenheit. Yeah. What is it? Every 10 Celsius is 18 degrees Fahrenheit is the rough conversion that I always do. Obviously, and then you have to add 32 for the first time you do it. But Kaleo came by one night and said something like Kaleo has like a really, really good way that they do it, and I can't remember. I was actually thinking about it a couple days ago. I was like, oh, what was the way that Kaleo was explaining that he did it? Like, it was basically like take a number, half it, and then like add a certain number back to it, and then that like it was a lot easier than what I was doing. But basically, my office is like 26 to 27 degrees Celsius. If you're wondering, I did the math earlier because it's roughly 80 degrees Fahrenheit in here, which is like 26.6 repeating Celsius. Can't stand the heat myself. We're in a heat wave right now, which is funny. Like I said this in the Corsair Discord earlier today, and I was like, yeah, we're in a heat wave. It's gonna be 80 degrees, and someone was like, 80 degrees? That's not that hot. And I was like, you have to realize it's May. I live in the mountains, and yeah, that's really, really hot for up here. Fahrenheit is so weird. It's what we got. All right, let's give them hat. They have hat. I am set to that. And yeah, Mr. What?
Thank you.
Yo!
I got nothing.
Thank you, Legacy, for the 100 bits. You got nothing. It's like way too hot, Baja. Yeah, it's 80 degrees to like sit in a room and talk. All right, this will be map pick from them. It's gonna be that from them. Teams are. Fahrenheit and Celsius don't sync until -40. You don't say. What a cool fact. Something is weird with the United States. I'll take your entire stock. Wait, what? Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. Oh my god. Arrow is AFK. Damn it, Arrow. I don't know. It's like people. It's some people like argue that like 24-hour time is better than like 12-hour time. I nothing clever to say. Well, thanks for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it, bud. Interestingly, -40 degrees Celsius is also where ice stops being slippery. Wait, really? Is that like negative degrees? Is that where like it just becomes like sticky? But they realize they need to stop because they got 69 in the bank. Nice. Thank you, Enos. Oh my god. Thank you for the double 69. Thank you for the triple 69.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
You beautiful boy. Cursed with just the thinking Bahamut? Yeah, exactly. This Bahamut guy is pretty sexy. They got 69 in the bank. Nice. Weenus, please. Thank you. Well, also, by the way, shout out to Weenus who immediately had just Taco Bell's a hell of a drug. Weenus had like something I said on stream, I think it was last Thursday. He had it on his soundboard and ripped it the moment we got into D&D on Saturday. Like I think we were like I don't know if we were live yet. Like I think I was setting up cameras and I said one thing and then I just hear my own voice come through my headphones. I'm like, I need to be careful what I say nowadays. I unlocked 3 emotes. It's hot fire. Triple 69. Oh boy. Did I already mess the series? No. Where players have run to the bathrooms. Okay. You can't just juice pirates every map. Ha ha ha. Medevac go vroom. Let's go ahead and get into draft, everybody. Let's find ourselves here on Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here on map number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. If you're sitting at home wondering if you missed the series, which you didn't, but you're wondering how we got to Battlefield, I got you covered. The home team this evening is going to be the members of gillyShark. They lost the coin flip in typical fashion of themselves. They were given map pick priority for game number 1. ReGen Phoenix banned out Braxis Holdout and Tomb of the Spider Queen. gillyShark banning out Towers of Doom and Sky Temple. First map was Volskaya, won by the gillySharks. The losing team can either choose first pick or map pick. The members of ReGen Phoenix opted for first pick priority for game number 2. And gillySharks have chosen to take us to Battlefield of Eternity, as maybe we get some Juice Pirates here, maybe not. Samara will be banned on the right-hand side. Is this going to be another ETC Garrosh ban? Like, are we going to see same bans, excuse me, from game number 1 into game number 2? Oh, we're doing math in chat? We shouldn't be doing math in chat. Why are we doing this? Sam, what's up, bud? If it wasn't the backline burst, I don't know what your soundboard... Oh, yeah, there's the backline burst comment as well. That got clipped, too. I don't know if Weenus knows about that one, but, enjoy, Weenus. You can probably easily find that one. Nah, Medevac, blah. Yeah, that's true. 20 Celsius equals 40 minus 4 plus 32 equals 68. Oh, wait. Oh, are you doing the Kaleo math? Like, Kaleo had a thing. Like, it was like double it, subtract it by the... I think that's it. I think you double it, subtract it by the first number, and then add 32 or something like that. I think Sam is actually saying exactly the way that Kaleo was telling me. Okay. Glasses and bow drink. These emotes are hot. Oh my god, Weenus, please. Good casting yesterday, by the way. Or Sunday, excuse me, dear lord. I went back and watched the VOD yesterday. Okay, so Greymane is going to be banned out, or Greymane. Rhaegar is going to be banned out. We have Joanna on the right-hand side pick. This could be main tank Zool. We've seen gillyShark run that here and there. It's going to be up and available if they want to try and go for that. The push potential with it's pretty powerful, but they're going to go for a Stukov Raynor immediately. I think they want to go for the race potential on the Immortal and grab themselves just a solid healer overall. The reason I like Stukov here is a lot of the teamers are going to be grouped up in a lot of these team fights. It's going to be consistent 5v5s over these objective phases, which makes Stukov life very easy to spread that pustule around because everyone's clumping up in a sense, or at least spreading it around because Kaimo Egyptian should be yelling at them to spread the pustule. Who knows? Or you could be like me when you play with Kaimo and he throws a healing circle on the ground as Alexstrasza and I run away from it, which was notoriously what I did when I played with the gillySharks ages ago. I've gotten better. I now only avoid them when I control it. No, I'm just kidding. Joanna, Anduin, Jane on the right-hand side. Are they just going for like a team of blondes? Is that it? Is it blondes only for ReGen Phoenix? Is that a thing that we can have in Heroes? Sonya to be banned on the left-hand side. She's actually really strong on the control point to be able to get clear, and the rest of the team can kind of siege up while if you've won the overall team fight, kind of just putting over there just to be able to spin to win on that objective phase. For the gillySharks, they do need a main tank. They need oh my god, sorry. I went to Infernal Shrines for a second there. Sorry. The Sonya's still really powerful in the solo lane matchup for wave clear, but her race potential I wouldn't say is like insanely strong, but I'd say it's very present, and also her harassment's pretty strong. Getting into the backline with the ancestral or the mythical spear. We're gonna get rid of Li Ming though, who's actually really powerful for race potential on the mage side. We'll see what they go for here. It's 1.8. Wait. Oh, I'm missing things. I missed so much in chat. Okay, this is gillyShark running full race at this point. That is so much race potential when it comes to the Immortal phase. Greymane, Raynor, Artanis. Whew. Last 2 picks on the right-hand side, they are going to need something in the solo lane to go up against the Artanis. And then they'll need something else probably in the race potential. Like Hanzo wouldn't be bad. And then, I actually don't hate like a Malthael either. Ooh, wait, actually Imperius is very good. So they'll go for a Lunara. Damage over time from her is pretty powerful, as well as the Nature's Culling at level 1 to be able to get some increased race potential with the Nature's Toxin on non-heroic units, or non-heroic targets, I think it is. Just saving up. What's up, Miss Windup Bird? How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Lawns have more fun. Valera, Kael'thas. Oh, very good points. All very good points. Imperius is kinda, I guess you could say, blonde, and Lunara's I can't argue it. Anyways, Arthas will round things out. Into the Lunar, I actually kind of like that a little bit. So that way you can, if you're stepping up into her with your Frozen Tempest active, you can get the slowing movement speed for them, but also the auto attack speed reduction. Oh dear lord,
Nice
Weenus!
Bone Daddy.
Thank you for dropping another 69! Oh my god. I can't swap scenes because I don't want the thing to not go through. I'm gonna... Thank you, Weenus, for the 420 bits. Exterminator Rainer will be the way to go. Yeah, absolutely. Would we see veteran marksman Rainer? Nah, I don't think so. Oh my god. You beautiful people, stop! Day, thank you for the 69. Weenus, thank you for the second, the fifth, sixth, week six. How many 69s are you gonna give me, Weenus?
Nice work.
Oh god, the words that I just said. Let's get into game. On the left-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark, Zergy Monster on the Artanis, Jinxie Cat gonna be on the on the Arthas. We've got Ryokai on the Rainer, Stark will be on the Greymane, and we have Kaimo Tripson on the Stukov. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Phoenix trying to take us to a game number 3. Mudge is going to be on the Imperius. Daribao is going to be on the Lunara. We've got Arrow on the Joanna, Recyclic on that Anduin, and Rabid Penguin on the Jaina. Let's see if they can take us to a game number 3 here on Battlefield of Eternity. We do have Artanis and Imperius matching into top lane. Lunara going to be coming up here as well. Going into the... Sentinel Wisp at level 1, so she's going to get a lot of extra vision with that. Dari not able to step out in time to put enough damage. Actually, they do get a little extra damage onto Zergy, who does have to tap well, but that'll be up and available in 60 seconds, so they'll have that before the first objective phase. So tapping well this early into the game is not that big of a deal. Lunaris might get caught out by Stark here, but I don't think it's going to be a 1v1 where it's just like, oh no, they got caught out, that's it. You know, Dari goes down. Maybe that actually is going to be the case, but Lunara does have a bit of a faster movement speed, as you can see right there. It's, you know, anywhere from 50 to, I believe, 175 now. I actually don't know baseline what it is off the top of my head. There it is. 20% faster. I don't know, but it says 175, so I never know. I think it goes up to 175 or something like that. Maybe it goes up to 200. It all balances out. Her base movement speed is fairly quick. And then you can go into like Gallop and Gain at level 20 and really just put on the afterburners. Brett Michaels, thank you for the 100 bits. Tetcher, thank you for the 69 bits. I'll resend your alerts when we get out of game. Seriously, thank you all so much for the support. I love you all so very much. Jinxie Cat trying to step up right now, taking a lot of damage. Damage over time from that Lunar will provide the kill onto them. And this is just Lunar getting free pressure onto the gillySharks as they're going to be forced off this point. They're going to lose Kaimo Tripson as well, trying to pop that pustule. Not able to... Oh, Jaina gets the Ice Lance in and finds the snipe, a double kill for the members of ReGen Phoenix. Peeking up in the top lane, Zergy Monster has apparently gotten pushed in quite a bit by Mudge. Ooh, Celestial Charge catching them on the swap or the Blade Dash back, and that'll be a third kill over the side of ReGen Phoenix. We are seeing this game in such a different light compared to game number 1. In the fact that game number 1, we were seeing gillySharks with this early game triple kill, and now we're seeing ReGen Phoenix with that advantage, a solid level lead as well. We can actually take a peek at that experience as I hit the wrong button once again. 1,000 experience coming in from that triple kill. Artanis did come into top lane, Arthas came into top lane to buy a little bit of time for Artanis while they were down. We do see the split off towards this camp on the left-hand side. A little early on the camp, but they might hold this before the objective's up. Typically, we're actually talking about this quite a bit on the Sunday stream for Heroes Lounge Mythic Championship. We were talking about, you know, the timing. When do you want to cap this point? How long do you want to hold that till? And when will it get you the most value? Typically, the teams that I see teams grab it anywhere from 14 to 10 seconds. Or 10 to 14 seconds. Like, that's, I think, the window that I often see teams go for. Because right around now, what happens is, and both these teams did this perfectly, what happens is the objective's going to spawn, everyone's going to want a position for that, but you now, just as the objective spawns, you have this camp getting into lane, so you either have to go for race or you have to go for camp clear. And if you go for race, then obviously, you know, the enemy team is just like, cool, we'll do that. But once they see you going for that camp clear, they can either invade and try and like get a couple members picked that are still trying to race, or they can go split off and do their own. So it's very much a, you know, like a, you're moving chess pieces at this point. You have to say, like, all right, do we step up here? When do we step into the enemy team based on what vision we have. And actually, you can see right now, Lunar is going to rotate over to the right-hand side because they see Greymane in top lane. This is currently the vision of Arrow, but this is the entire vision for ReGen Phoenix, and so they're going to throw a couple members over here. That means that gillyShark can step up. Once they see the damage onto their Immortal coming through, they're like, all right, we know that they're split. We're going to try and work onto ours, and this will be a Mortal Phase race going over onto the side of gillyShark, excuse me, onto the left-hand side of our screen. Jinxie Cat split from the team will go down, but the gillySharks go for the objective. Little backwards on my commentary right there. Nice penetrating round from Rio. Celestial Charge will connect, but they end up going down. So they lose 2 more, but they get the first objective, and we're still seeing a solid level lead for ReGen. A little bit less, but still. Thank you, Weenus. Predicted that swap. Oh my god, Brett Michaels, absolutely. That swap prediction from Mudge in the top lane, Pacha. Just chef kiss. Like, that was such a good, just being able to hold till the right moment and just find that celestial charge. That's huge. That was a big pickup for them. Chastise coming out from Anduin, they're throwing as much damage onto Jinxie Cat as they possibly can. Slows will be there as well. They're just trying to walk out of here as quickly as possible, and they're going to lose the majority of their health bar doing so, but they will stay alive. 7 talent here up on both sides. Yeah, I definitely don't think that getting the Celestial Charge onto a Blade Dash like that's too easy, because you could Celestial Charge early and just and charge past them before they even pass you, if that makes any sense, or you could Celestial Charge late and you actually don't even end up catching anyone. I was watching this top lane expecting a little bit of a 1v1, but down in the bottom lanes where all the fun's happening, Recycle getting dove on by Stark. They're in this back lane, but they will get picked off, trading out the Anduin for Greymane, but that's still also the Rainer going down as well in there, as we have a little bit of a particle effect stuck on the ground from Anduin's, not Light Bomb, Divine Star. There we go, words are hard. Whew. Next objective phase is around the corner as well. We are seeing ReGen with a significant lead in experience. 8 to 9 in levels. We can actually go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. I know we've peaked at the experience here and there, and I've accidentally shown the healing thus far into the game, but we will be able to see at least the damage numbers and an updated healing perspective, as well as the experience coming in for both these sides. No 10 talent here, but with half a level to go, ReGen might be able to grab that during, maybe before this objective phase? Not before. The waves are too far back on the minimap right now. Which, fun fact, if you're ever wondering, like, man, when's the enemy mini wave coming? You can look at your own on the minimap, and that'll correlate to where the enemies are, because they spawn at the same point. And Rabbit Penguin gonna get swapped. They find the single target kill onto Jaina in the bottom lane. Arrow is gonna be split from the team. Jinxie Cat trying to just keep them body blocked a little bit. Recycle gonna get dove on by Stark in the top portion of our screen. Dari is gonna be chased in as well, as I hecked up some vision right there. There we go. That's gonna be Lunar going down on the top of our screen. Mudge is gonna be split. Blessed Shield from the Joanna. They have this 10 talent here. Mudge stays alive, but I think this will be objective phase over to the gillySharks. Their race potential is going to be just way too quick. I mean, we saw 4 or 5 seconds, and they got half of an immortal phase. I was looking at Lunara's death timer. All right, so 7:05, we'll say. Yeah, they're slapping through this Immortal. That's going to be the Angelic Armament out from Mudge. Celestial Charge connecting onto 2. Blind from the Artanis. There's going to be a Flailing Swipe from Kaimo Tripson. The objective will go over the side of gillySharks. They lose their Rainer at the beginning. Kaimo Tripson not going to get hit with the Chastise from the Anduin. Greymane went for the throat, I believe. Found a kill right there. Trying to get the damage onto Daribao, but the damage over time... Kaimo, do you have any healing? Is there a well? Is there anything for Stark right now? There's going to be that. Artanis ends up going down as Lunar, I think, was maybe chasing onto them, or they were trying to split the Lunar away from the Greymane. Immortal will be just burned down through top lane, so they're going to try and make a play into bottom. Mudge is going to get dove on. There's going to be the slows out from Jinxie. There's a root as well with the Howling Blast. Lurking Arm from the Stukov, and they find that single target pick in bottom lane, so they're going to go ahead and just push in this bottom. Syndragosa grabbed by the Artanis. I did not connect that. Oh, the Artanis. The Arthas did not pick that up whatsoever at the beginning of our 10 talent tier area. 10 seconds, 50% gone. Yeah, that's wild. Murda, no! Tetcher clenched. The lack of WRL pick saddens you. But Artanis, amateur opponent. I think, like, race-wise for a solo laner, Artanis is really, really good for that. Because their composition is slightly in favor of dive, I'd say more so in favor of dive, this Artanis works out for them pretty good. Also to be able to swap someone from the back line potentially into the front line, and that allows Greymane and Arthas to get value. So I see why they didn't go into the Yrel, because things like that are possible, but obviously they're going to miss more of those than they connect onto. Yrel has to really overextend to be able to get the penetrating round, to get the Righteous Hammer knockback, and even then the rest of the team typically doesn't want to chase him that far. So I like the Artanis pickup here. I think it gives them more race. I think it gives them a decent bruiser overall in these fights. But Yrel, yeah, I mean, 50 armor, it's hard to argue against that in general. You can probably play her on every single map, but I think gillyShark synergistically wanted the Artanis to be able to get into that backline a little bit more so, maybe even look for those swaps and also have themselves, a decent Immortal Raise. Bless Shield comes out from Arrow. They're looking for the single target pick on Jinxie. There's a lot of damage onto them. Lockdown will be there, and they find that pick as they were a little far out in that lane. But with that, question I have is, these Immortals will be on the these will be on the race side for both the teams. Remember when Cindy was for the lulz? Yeah. No 13 for the gillySharks right now. So with that, Artanis will blind just to buy a little extra time for them. Trickle experience slowly coming in. Arthas back joining in. 13s are here, so they're going to step up into this. They also have the Arthas as well. Dear Lord, messing up that one a lot. Halfway phase will be going over in favor for ReGen Phoenix. The Angelic Armament going to be popped by Mudge. They also have the Leap of Faith to pull them out. Blinding, excuse me, there's going to be just everything thrown onto the ground right there. Leaping strikes from Lunar into the backline. Greymane goes to the throat. That will be one kill. Zergy Monster going to get traded out right there. Howling Blast connecting onto Rabid Penguin. Kaimo trips in very low. Double Celestial Charge coming out. The Chastise have been on point from a Psychic. Ryokai going to be going down. That will be Immortal Phase over to the side of ReGen Phoenix. They've also got a camp pushing up in their favor in top lane. This Shaman camp, when left uncontrolled or uncleared, will be able. I mean, this will go straight through your keep so long as you don't get that wonderful RNG of towers or someone comes and clears it out. But that'll be first objective phase for the members of ReGen Phoenix, and they'll be going into top lane as it is the more well defended lane. There's a meta, absolutely. Almost would have put Jimmy Laner in the solo against Imperius and used Artanis in the 4-man. That's interesting. Because range into melee is typically difficult. Rio might have been able to play that lane like super slow and force Imperius up, so they might have been able to get picks in the front gate. I definitely think it's possible. Like, Artanis could have been rotated up there to potentially get picks with Rio. Jinxie, Cat, and team? Interesting call. Very, very split. Stukov is nowhere near the friendly team. They're going to double back. They're going to join in. That's going to be the swap from Artanis. Zergy is trying to get out of here, but they're going to be going down. Imperius is on the far side of this wall. Leaping strike from Lunar puts them into the backline. Mudge trying to step in. Let's go for the throw from the Greymane. They find one kill onto Lunar. 1-for-1 trade. Immortal still pushing in through top lane with a slight bit of shield onto it, and that's a disengage. Interesting call from both teams. So actually, mostly just interesting call from gillyShark. I wonder why they pulled him off like that. It does stop the siege into top lane, but I feel like they could have defended. Like, they would have lost, I think they would have lost about the same amount if they just defended in lane against this. It was weird. I don't think I've ever seen a team go for a play like that. Slay, what's up, bud? Yellow, how you doing? Good to see everyone in chat. Good to see all of you beautiful people. So clearing the bottom. Top lane keeps still alive. I would say overall, ReGen Phoenix is going to be up here in our game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity, structure-wise, experience-wise, and overall map control will be in their favor. gillyShark just trying to keep things under control right now as they grab a camp for bottom lane. Not going to wait for the Immortal spawn, just going to grab that immediately just to get some pressure in their favor. Going to clear out this and also look for that 16 talent tier as quickly as possible. When we have a second, we're going to go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, as it has been quite a bit of time since we've last taken a peek at those stats. They're hearthing in top. Hold on. All right, this is gillyShark vision. I'm just curious, like, what they're seeing versus what the enemy team is seeing. They know that Syndra Ghost is coming in through bottom lane. can't core race this. They're gonna sidewall. They're going for keep. Wait, but they're hearthing back. Dari doesn't step in with them. Do they just get keep and leave? Yeah. They're gone. Wait, maybe not. Where's the blessed shield from Joanna? I'm waiting for that one. Nice Howling Blast to force them back. And they managed to mount up and they're out. A little squeaky clean coming out from the gillySharks. Ryokai back at core, making sure that they're not going to lose any percent from that. Also making sure that one tower won't go down to just the catapult right there. And Immortal spawn, they get themselves a keep in bottom lane on the side of gillyShark, putting some consistent catapult pressure in through bottom lane that they need to deal with on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Interesting plays from both teams right now. As promised, let's go ahead and cycle through those other numbers, and we'll see how this next objective phase goes through. Swap from Artanis will be putting Recyclic towards the friendly team, but they realize, you know what? I'm very far from my friendly team, and they're going to get picked off in that. Jinxie Cat is just locked into place. Light Bomb out from Anduin as well. Arrow is going to be targeting Jinxie as they find a second kill onto the gillySharks. Chasing further in, Ryokai finding the penetrating round to force them back. Stark is going to mount up and get out. Pressure in bottom lane starting to mount. Catapult hitting for 266, but they've got a camp and a catapult of their own to deal with in top lane. Looks like Immortal Phase will go over to the side of ReGen Phoenix in this late game. I think this is 5th Immortal of the game. That sounds correct to me. 4th or 5th? 5th sounds correct. ReGen's base race is terrible, so they're kind of afraid to do this stuff. Yeah, like I was saying it, and I realized I was like, well, they have Artanis, they have Greymane, they have Raynor. Like, that's really good for gillySharks. I mean, even this, like, even look at this Immortal race phase. Like, look at this right now. gillySharks actually might win this. No, there's no. Okay, no. Whoo, 201. If Artanis was there like a split second faster, they might have been able to get that. That was super close for a team. Like, that was insanely close. That silence stun Immortal insta-death. I know, yeah. Jinxie got locked in place right there during that Immortal phase. Jace, what's up, bud? 20 talents here around the corner for ReGen Phoenix, but the gillyShark setting up for a bit of a bush party. Nice shield glare from Arrow to check that. Like, I was trying to get over to their vision as quickly as possible to see what they used. That was honest to God, like, that was a 200 IQ shield glare. Zergy gonna be in a bit of a rough spot. They're gonna try and get the blind out as well. They go down. Light Bomb from Anduin gonna connect onto Jinxie Cat, Chastise as well. Double kill once again. Stark is gonna get blown up. They try and go for the throat to get some sort of counter kill, but it won't happen. Mudge getting the Celestial Charge through the gate right there, and they will be able to find a 4th kill with Immortal in tow. They're looking to go for bottom lane keep. Top lane's already gone, and they can look to play to the far side of this and go for core on the side of ReGen Phoenix. They're going to go up 1 in this series. This will be, unless Stukov can make some sort of core I'm just kidding. This will be ReGen Phoenix going up 1 in our best of 3 series, and we have a game on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading to a map number 3. GG. Well played. As promised. Tetcher. But they realize they need to stop because they got 69 in the bank. Nice. Thank you for the 69. Brett Michaels. Thank you for the 100 biddies.
Thank you.
A really good set on our hands this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Blizzard, Arthas, Bruiser, Champion. Oh, Blizzard. Arthas, Bruiser. Okay, I see. I thought you were saying, like, yeah, they Blizzard the Arthas, and then they Bruiser Champion them. I'm like, wait a minute, I read that wrong. All right, let me show talents as well if you missed any of that, if you're wondering. Now's the best time to get that screenshot. Whew. Are we all pumped? Game number 3? All right, we know what map it's going to be, so let me go ahead and pull it back, and let's get into our final map for this best of 3. think we're going to try and grab another series after this one, depending on the timings and all that kind of stuff. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out after this game. I mean, this game could be 45 minutes long. You never know. All right, invite to game, invite to game. Alrighty, thank you, Nightbot, for promoting your Discord server. If anyone would like to join Nightbot's Discord server, it's right there. Also, if you're on a competitive team, do your casters a favor and have a team icon. Because I can invite both teams, and I know exactly who's going to be on what side of the screen. Like, that should be like a soft rule in NGS. Like, not even like a rule, just like a recommendation through any league in general. It's like, hey, you're a team. You should all have the same portrait because it helps everyone and makes everyone's life easier. I'm just saying, like, makes lobbies easier. I know exactly who's on what side. There's none of this, oh, you know, lol, I'm on a new team. I've had, like, this is back in, like, Chair League days, but I'm still like sour about it. Like, back in Chair League, I had a team, like, both teams like had one player wrong on both sides, and they didn't say anything until we got like halfway through the draft. No, we might have actually gotten into game, I think, and then they told me, and I was like, "Are you serious right now?" Like, and they were like, "Ha ha ha, caster messed up," and I'm like, "I don't know who's on all the teams." And this is back in like Chair League, so it was like 30 teams. Now we're in NGS where there's like 80 teams or something stupid like that. Well, not stupid, amazing actually. I have a theoretical question. If a match happens and no player moves from spawn, will the game ever end? I think the minions eventually win or something like that. I don't know, like, I think the game ends, but it's just gonna be stupid long. Oh, I didn't see that the last player got in. Whoops. What if your teammate refuses to open loot boxes to get portraits? Make them spend real money to buy it with make them spend real money to buy it. That's what I'm gonna say to that. Map pick of them. All right, cool. We're all set. Everything is ready to go. My team steals the other team's portraits. Delta, please. Okay. I'm just double checking all the stuff on my end. That all looks good. Let's push the buttons and find ourselves here in game number 3. We will be heading to... Oh boy. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series, everyone. My name is Bahamut. We find ourselves here at map number 3 in our Division A East matchup with gillySharks on the left and ReGen Phoenix on the right. And if you're sitting at home wondering how we got to Infernal Shrines, I got you covered, friends. The home team this evening will be gillySharks. They lost the coin flip as is perdition. Perdition, dear lord, as is tradition. Towers of Doom and Sky Temple banned out by them. Braxis Holdout and Tomb of Spider Queen banned out by the members of ReGen Phoenix. First map was the choice of gillyShark, and that was Volskaya Foundry. They won that map. ReGen can either choose first pick or map pick. They opted for first pick for game number 2. gillyShark chose to take us to Battlefield. They lost that, so same thing to them. They chose first pick. The opposing side has either map pick. Well, has map pick at that point, and then they chose to take us to Infernal Shrines. Dear Lord, it's like every single game the room gets like a degree or two hotter. I don't know why, or maybe it's just I'm chugging hot tea. That's probably going to be the issue, realistically. We have an ETC ban on the left-hand side. I wonder if we see these standardized bans as we have had. I mean, Samuro, ETC, Garrosh, and then there was a Rhaegar ban in the last game. Rhaegar did come through on that Volskaya game. And Bloodlust value turned around so many team fights. So I don't blame them for that one whatsoever. But there's a Garrosh, and also to note, we are seeing ReGen keeping it thematic and taking us to Infernal Shrines for this game number 2. So both of the Diablo maps to be played this evening. Do they ban out the Rhaegar again? That's the question I have. I was in a terrible league. We all used different portraits of Karazim. Ooh. You can let the other teams set up the lobby, then have them give you the role. Yeah, I don't know. Like the way that I've always looked at the way that I like to cast Heroes of the Storm is that the players shouldn't have to worry about the lobbies. That the players should have to worry about playing the game. So whenever I cast teams, I always try and set up the lobby so that way they don't have to worry about that stuff. And then that way it just, I don't know, like I feel like it's more beneficial and it's easier for the players if I just kind of like wrangle in a sense. So there is that little bit of chaos when it's like, well, I don't know who's on what side. So typically when I don't know and there's no set portraits, what I end up doing is pulling in one captain, their whole team comes in, pulling the other captain, their whole team comes in, and we go from there. And then if I start seeing that they all have the same portrait, then game 2 I just pull in everyone at once and I say, cool, I can swap sides, whatever. Okay, Baja, CNC 5th of June. Oh, really? CNC Remaster as a launch date? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. A team rocks the Carbot community well portrait. Yeah, nice, nice, British Nowhere. So does your team? Oh my god. We can scrim for it. Winner keeps it. Yes, I love it. Chen, please? I would love a Chen on this map. Right now, we are going to be seeing Bloodlust Rhaegar. I'm assuming it's Bloodlust Rhaegar, and Raynor on the right-hand side. We will be having a Zool, probably main tank. I'm trying to think, like, what other CC would you want to go with this? Jane is not a bad idea. Kalathos isn't a bad idea if you want to go for a mage in that department. Tassadar value has been pretty strong. Actually going to be a Phoenix. Okay. Some pew-pew lasers coming out from the Phoenix on that one. I would love a Chen. I'd love some Wandering Keg action, some Keg W, if you will. God, I'm really glad. Like, I went back and I reworked the Chen W emote, and I'm so much happier with it. Stark on main tank. Yeah, the gillySharks have a bit of a mixed. I wouldn't say mixed roles, because I mean they have like their range assassins, which I think is Rio. Like Zergy typically plays solo, Kaimo's on a healer always. Stark kind of flexes here and there, and I think Jinxie Cat flexes a little bit as well. So Artanis to be actually banned out, they don't want to deal with that. They're like, well, Zool might be in the solo lane. We just don't know yet. Is the CNC remastered just nicer graphics, or are there more changes? I think there's more changes. Like I think there's like new stuff for the stories or something. I might be wrong on that. It might just be nicer graphics, which I'm okay with. I love the CNC campaign. Chen and Hot's beta was good. Why they ever nerfed for some beyond me? I actually don't know what they were. What Chen and beta was like. I only know like I Heroes is my first MOBA, and I started playing it right like on release date. I remember the day it went free to play, I had a friend message me and they were like, we're all playing, this is what we're playing now. And I was like, cool, I guess I'm done playing FPSs. And that's legit the end of all of my FPS play for the longest time. Like I stopped playing first person shooters, which I only used to play Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike Source and CSGO were like my main games. And then I started playing HOTS, and I haven't really, like I played Valorant and some Apex, but I just keep coming back to HOTS because I love the community, I love this game, and I like casting it. So we have a Jaina Imperius on the right-hand side, so a lot of good blow-up on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Uther, oh my god. So this is Uther solo lane or Uther main tank? I mean, either way, they're going to be tanking some damage, and then Thrall coming in as well. That's going to pair well with the Phoenix. You're going to have the Earthquake with the Purification Salvo. So probably you'll have Zool, Stukov, Phoenix, Uther in a core 4, and then Thrall in the solo lane. That's what I expect to see. On the right-hand side, they could still go into like a Muradin. The Muradin from game number 1 was not bad whatsoever. I really actually, I kind of like that Stormbolt with this whole composition. Also because he'll get value. Oh, Blaze coming in actually. Nobody plays Blaze. I don't hate this whatsoever. This Bloodlust is going to be really interesting. Surprised that there was no Artanis priority coming out from ReGen Phoenix, or even the side of, well, with the Phoenix, maybe, yeah, I guess there's no reason for the Tassadar. I might have misspoke there. Surprised there's no Tassadar. I might have said Phoenix, but surprised there's no Tassadar priority for either team. Just because I think Tassadar's a really strong hero. Earthquake Salvo? Yeah, I think so too. He's so tired today. Like, Bandit is pooped. And we did, like, nothing yesterday. But he did run around a crap load on Sunday, so maybe it's all catching up to him. Blaze plus the Imperius is a stun chain is insane. Yeah, I agree with that. I would expect to see Zool double soaking and Thrall in the 4-man, no? That's what I was thinking, yeah. I was going to say, Zul's going to be in the core 4, so in the double soak, and then Thrall in the solo lane, but we'll have to see here as we get into game. Ted Bear, thank you for the follow. Right as we get into this, we have Jinxie Cat on the left-hand side on the gillySharks on that Uther, Zergy Monster on the Thrall, Kama Tripson will be on the Stukov, Ryokai going to be on that Phoenix, and Stark on the Wiggle Boy, oopsie, on that Wiggle Boy Zul. On the right-hand side, we got the members of ReGen Phoenix. We've got Daribao on the Raynor, Mudge will be on the Imperious, Arrow on that Blaze, Psychic on the Raynor, and Rabid Penguin on the Jaina. Let's go ahead and get into mid lane, check out our level 1s, and see what our first engagement looks like. If Thrall was in the 4-man or in the core 4, I think they would maybe go Trash Lightning. But Echo the Elements is typically a signify that they're going to be solo lane. Even Monotide. The only time like a Thrall isn't solo lane, I think, is and they don't really they don't have to go. It's just when they're not solo lane, they're like, well, I'll be rotating against them. I'll get my stacks done quickly. Celestial Charge connecting onto 2, and Pierce is going to be stepping forward with the Blaze as well. A lot of damage coming out with that Zul as well, as just cleaving with those Curse Strikes. Root coming out from the Thrall. They're not able to find the kill, but they push a lot of the members back as Psychic is going to get hit with the Bone Prison, but I think they're too close to the gate for anything to really... Wait, the Lurking Arm snipes, and Kymo Tripson finds first blood for the gillySharks on Infernal Shrines for game number 3. Dari's going to get locked down by the roots. They're going to step in. Jinxie is taking so much damage, but they get the heals since they're kind of this double support bottom lane. Thrall will be in top up against the Imperious. I actually really like this because Zergy now has some really good self-sustain, especially because of the level 1. Once they finish that out, the second charge of Chain Lightning allows them to proc their Frostwolf Resilience more often, and that's just more self-healing for them. Typically, these Thralls finish that out in like the first 5 to 6 minutes of the game, so it's a very quick level 1 for a lot of these experienced Thrall players. Uther's going to be down this bottom camp all by themselves, and there's actually a reason for this. The reason is because they want to get Hammer the Lightbringer done as quickly as possible, so if you leave Uther alone on a camp, they can just sit here and slap the camp for the longest time and almost be done with their stacks by the end of it. Kaimo going to come down here, spread that one Pustule around, get back with the core 4, well, core 3 at this point. Lurking Arm from that Stukov as well, just to force them back if they were trying to step forward. Raynor going to be clearing out mid lane as quickly as possible. Did go ace in the hole level 1, so we'll be having that slow off of the explosion. What's the word for him? Give him some pepper. There we go. When they get that Give 'em some pepper, they'll have some slow. And Jinxie Cat, 60 out of these 70 stacks on this one. So they're not going to be... They might be done with it. It's going to be very, very close. They might be like 5 stacks away from finishing this out or something like that. 69... Oh. If only they finish the camp with 69, but they will be about 5 stacks away, and Jinxie Cat just going to rotate. Well, I think they'll just stay down here in bottom lane while the friendly team clears out mid lane, just peeking up into the top. They're all going to be pushing into Imperious at 5 out of the 20 stacks. Yes, 20 stacks on the Echo of the Elements. Blaze with the new habits at level 1 is at 6 out of the 15 on that, and 7 out of the 20 stacks for the Mana Addict on Rabid Penguin. Just going to poke out a little bit from Jinxie Cat right there. Stun onto 1. Blaze looking for the jet propulsion. I think this is Jinxie just trying to get those last few stacks while the camp is, while the objective is going to be spawning the camp. Will be grabbing left-hand side. Right-hand side is just starting now, but I don't think they're going to go for an invade on the side of gillySharks anytime soon. Hammer the Lightbringer being finished out at level 6. Well, they're level 1 being finished out here. I don't know why my brain did that, but either way, sub 3 minutes in the game, they already have that done. So that does mean that they have, what, cooldown reduction as well as... Well, the mana restore is going to be passive. I think that's just baseline, if I'm not mistaken. Or is that... Do you get that passive when you get the reward? I think it's when you get the reward. Otherwise, it would be above it. I think that's... When you get it before the reward, I think it's usually, like, above it. It's above the quest, like Lunar Flare from Tyrandas. This is... or Lunar Blaze, actually, but Jinxie Cat and friends are very low, trying to make their way out. Pustule being spread around by Kaimo Tripson. They do manage to get out of here. They do have the vast majority of the Skeletal Defenders. This will be top lane camp crashing. I don't think this is going to win out for the gillySharks. It might. We'll take a peek at that in a little bit. 7 talents here in favor for them as well as they try and rejoin onto this point and start taking a whole lot of damage. They're living through so much of this damage as that's going to be the Lurking Arm, the lockdown, and Blaze is the first one to go down. Mudge is very low as well. Backlash, I think, was triggered by Stark. They don't get that value, but they still get the snipe from Ryokai, and they find themselves a second kill over this objective, and they will be able to grab first Punisher, push that in through bottom lane. Stark going to swap out. I actually really like this rotation here. They're going to have Thrall sieging in with the rest of the team, and Stark is going to be doing double soak between top and mid. That's actually way quicker clear in comparison. I think Thrall has a lot more CC and siege potential with this rest of this core group. Zul is still very strong, but I just think Thrall's raw damage and you know, being able to throw out the Frost Wolf or even just get the Frost Wolf resilience self-healing is massive for them, as they do find them they find this fort in bottom lane first. Stark taking a lot of damage, does pop the backlash in top lane. Ooh, but they got the Bone Prison onto Mudge, so they're not able to connect onto it. They're not going to be able to continually chase into that lane. Stun onto Arrow, but they're just going to get some decent damage with the Arsenal synergy from level 1 on Rio. And with that, they get a keep, or excuse me, they get a fort, they get a bit of the keep front gate, and they'll back off through bottom lane. Really good siege for the members of gillyShark. And now they'll just rotate back into mid lane, rotate back into bottom. Stark, I would assume, is going to join the core 4. Thrall is going to rotate back up into top lane, and they'll be able to go back and just regular lane rotations for the next minute to 2 minutes, and then they'll have another Immortal popping up in, well, we'll look at our minimap and see what it will be once it gets announced, but it probably won't be bottom lane. There's like an infinitesimal, like, repeatable factor that it could be down there. It will be top lane, and it will be Frozen Punisher. Fun little fact for anyone wondering. Right now, we have no idea what Punisher it will be. There's nothing on the bottom. There's nothing on the gem to signify it, but if you hover on your minimap, because the minimap is free information if you didn't know this, you'll know it's a Frozen. Same concept applies to camps. Bruiser Camp, 1 minute 25. Bruiser Camp, 1 minute 6. So this information is public to everybody. So just so you know in the future, like if you're sitting there and like, you know, you're sieging the top lane, you're like, wait, what's this camp? Instead of having to like pan all the way, you can just hover your mouse and be like, cool, 231, we'll siege into here, we'll get the fort, we'll back off, we'll grab camps, and then we'll wait for the next objective phase. 10 talent here was also picked up by the gillySharks, as you saw the Skeletal Majors anchoring that front gate, just tanking damage, so that way they're able to siege in and get a free fort for themselves. Really well played from the gillySharks. Strong rotations, good macro control, and this is forcing the enemy team to kind of respond to them. They're going to try and make a play into bottom lane here, opening things up for themselves as they do have a camp. gillySharks can rotate down here. Blaze will be anchoring and giving Vision his arrows like, oh, I'm out of here. Like, I need to get out. Jinxie, do you have the stun for this? Stark actually looking for a Psychic. There's going to be the Bone Prison onto then. We're going to pull away talents really quickly as they're just trying to lock them down. The burn should come through the Lurking Arm just to make sure, and they find a kill in bottom lane, and they'll be able to clear out this camp as well. Just looking at camp timing. So they could actually just go for their Bruiser camp, or they can invade onto the right-hand side, maybe looking to siege in through mid lane. Skeleton Mage is down for the next few seconds, so just some Curse Strikes coming out. Those will accidentally hit some of the members behind the gate, so they'll be targeted by the towers. Need to play that a little bit safe. The front gate's going to open up here. Mudge coming in as well. But they'll back off. They get the front gate, and that's all they wanted. Now they go for a Bruiser camp. I didn't know that minimap trick. Yeah. I remember I told that to Not Paradox during CCL Season 1 during a game, and he was like, wait, what? Like, we were like mid-cast, and he was just like, he was so like astonished by it. He was just like, wait, like we stopped casting, we started talking about like all that. So yeah, the minimap is your best friend. Jet Propulsion from the Blaze is going to connect onto one. There's going to also be a Divine Shield onto the Phoenix. They get out of there, but will Jinxie Cat be able to do so? They threw the Divine Shield out onto Rio, thinking the burst would be onto them, but they end up going down. Gonna throw out some Ghost Heals, but that will be objective up and available. Thrall gonna back off and say, you know what, if I start this, that'll just give them the opportunity to kind of have all the Skeletal Defenders already spawned up here. Maybe they make a play onto Arrow right now. Laser Cutter getting a lot of value from Rio. As noted, they did go into Arsenal Synergy at level 1, so it's going to be that Repeater Cannon into the Phase Cannon. 6 seconds on Jinxie Cat, so they'll be back up in a second. We are going to be having Daribao, I believe. Yeah, on the Rainer is going to be trying to clear that back. Oh, this is going to be a 4v4, though. Purification Salvo coming out. That will be the bunker as well. Earthquake from the Thrall. Mudge is going to take a lot of damage. The Ancestral Healing, so no Bloodlust, which I'm honest to God just now looking and realizing there's no Bloodlust, which I'm a little disappointed. But that Ancestral Healing will keep them alive right there. And this is going to be Skeletal Defender starting to go over the side of gillyShark, but everyone is still up and available for this fight. A couple of the heroics were used, a few coming back already for the members of the gillySharks. Salvo must have been interrupted because I swear it has not been 90 seconds. There's a huge Celestial Charge. Purification Salvo will swipe onto one. Arrow doesn't have a bunker this time. They're going to trade out the Uther for the Blaze. Rabid Penguin has a lot of good damage. Uther's going to get some Ghost Heals onto Kaimo Tripson. Mudge taking a bit of damage. Zergy looking to looking to get into this backline. Mudge just trying to heal up against them, but they're going to back off, go for the objective, and look for the second Punisher of the game. Arcane Punisher in through, Frozen Punisher in through top lane. I can't believe no Bloodlust. It's OP. Yeah, you hit R, you win the team fight, right? Whew. Punisher jumps over. Blaze is going to be eating the jump, also using the Pyromania, so they don't get the stun from that one. So they've got ways to cool down or get cooldown reduction on that trait. Jinxie now joining the friendly team. I don't know if they actually continue to step up. The Frozen Punisher will lock down the tower a little bit. Skeleton Mages do come out. Arrow gets a huge jet propulsion. Jinxie taking a lot of damage. Will be going down. Divine Shield goes out onto Zool as they're going to sacrifice themselves. They get the trade onto the Blaze. This keep is still fairly healthy, and they don't have a wave here with them, so they're going to back off. Flailing Swipe from Combo Trips and disengages this fight completely. And once again, Blaze for Uther, but a lot more siege value coming out for the members of gillySharks. Yeah, that's a weird one. Butter, that's a weird one. Nothing weird about butter, Butspot. It's delicious. Put some popcorn on that. Sorry. Purification Salvo, Earthquake going to be coming out, getting a lot of good damage at the start of this fight. Zergy trying to chase in further onto Mudge. They get the Celestial Charge to get them out, but Blink Forward from Ryokai is going to continue to the chase as they find a double kill. Arrow will be able to get out of here as I think they stopped. They want to go for the this camp for mid lane. They do have their they already have one grabbed before this, and I think they just throw Zool into bottom, and no, they're going to just siege into mid lane, try and get themselves a second fort. 13 and 11 seconds. This is actually a really good call from gillySharks, realizing there's 3 up alive. I think they might have seen them in top lane clearing, and they knew that they wouldn't be trying to play this too aggressive into them. They don't want to feed over it. They don't want to feed like a kill here and potentially give the enemy team 16 a lot quicker. Thrall poking. Hyperion coming out, Arrow missing the jet propulsion. They're going to try and punish this. Cleanse comes out as well. Ancestral Healing, I think, did it connect? Oh, no, it did connect, I think. Yeah, Arrow was a lot more healthy. I just saw the Rainer die immediately, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't get it. But really good Arsenal synergy value coming out from Ryokai just as the bunker collapses, and they'll find a double kill, continuing to siege in through this mid lane until the next objective's up. They don't really need to leave a lane. They've got pressure into top, pressure into bottom. Opening this up for themselves is just even more value. If they get a keep off of this, that'd be massive, because that's consistent catapult pressure through this mid lane. Zool's going to throw out a Bone Prison onto one. They're going to lock them down with the root, as well as a stun. Imperius goes flying. Stark tanking damage as they're going to go down to a sliver. They'll be down to around 400 or so health. They do have a couple members coming back, so they realize this might not be a good overextension, so they back off into their minion wave. Another minion wave coming in. Thrall does finish the Echo the Elements. Purification Salvo coming out. Daribao very low. Ryokai going for the Arsenal synergy value and finds it. That is going to be Thrall finding a pick onto this Jaina in the mid position towards the bottom lane. Earthquake still continuing to go. Actually just ends, and they're stepping towards core on the side of gillySharks. Now they're saying, you know what, game 1 we tried to end. We went for the single Falstead kill. Now we are not going to make that mistake. We're going for core. But will the damage be enough? 15 on Raynor, 17 on the Jaina. They currently have Rio a little bit split. Flailing Swipe doesn't push anyone back. Celestial Charge onto one. Zergy getting a little bit low here. No Divine Shield for the next 14 seconds. That's going to be Bunker coming down just in time. Arrow and Mudge jump in. Mudge is going to be able to make it out with a sliver of health where Psychic ends up going down. Mudge turns around. Celestial Charge onto 4, but they get picked off. The core falls, and that'll be game number 3 over to the side of gillySharks. GG. Well played. Whew. Holy crap, everybody. That last Celestial Charge was awesome. Unfortunately, it didn't stop the game from ending. Didn't spell interview right. Missed the I. Alright, we're gonna see who wants to do interview, and then maybe we'll grab another best of 3 series. Come into my bunker, I'll save you, Kappa. Way to go, Gillies. Yeah, what's up with or without? Ooh, okay. I mean, I think the Uther deaths were a really good trade. Like, I think every time Uther died, they still had, like, someone else they were getting a pick. But at this time, we're going to be joined by Jinxie Cat. Congratulations on your 2-1. How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling really good. It's my first full stat, so I'm super excited to be playing.
So we're going to go... Oh, my God. Dear Lord. We get into this Stark just gave 10 subs, so thank you so much, Stark. But let's get into this. Let's get it. You sweet boy. Thank you so much, Stark. Let's get into this. Let's actually go a little backwards here. We're gonna go to Infernal Shrines first. Was pretty much the game plan just like Uther push face? If we trade you out, that's not that big of a deal because we still have Ghost Heals as long as we trade 1 for 1 sort of deal? Because that's how it kind of came across.
So it pretty much came across. They gave us the Zool. I said, all of my healing is going on to Zool. If they kill me, it's fine because I have like that's my trait value, you know. So, and they obliged. I didn't mind dying for the team.
I mean, it was only 3 times you had to die.
Yeah, so, you know, I got 3 times the amount of trait value I would have gotten otherwise.
Exactly. Like, that's exactly what you want. Now I want to go to Battlefield of Eternity because they managed to turn things around on you. What was it about that draft? Was it just they shut you down consistently with their CC train, or what was it that kind of was kind of the linchpin that they found in your composition?
Was just unstoppable CC, and it CC into CC into CC, and then, you know, with Johanna, if we had to kill her, then we blew too much on her, and if we didn't, then she was just in the back line causing havoc, so... And I played a dead hero, so, you know, as you do. Ooh. Poor Arthas. One day he'll get buffed.
I do want to ask about Syndragosa over Army of the Dead. Was it just you wanted that siege potential and you didn't think you needed the survivability in the fight, or was it just that you didn't think that even if you had Army, you wouldn't even get the value from it?
So Army is kind of difficult on BOE just because the stuns kill your minions, and then Jaina into Army feels really rough. And it just felt right in my heart. I had my level 7. I thought I was going to be fine. So I was like, let's go Syndragosa. We'll push it. We'll see what we can get. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
Oh, it was a close one, but your Volskaya game was just really well synergized. Did you think you could end through that top lane? Because like I was looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, they can just end through top lane. It was like 15 minutes, and then it was just, that false state came out. You got the kill on false state, but then everything kind of went sideways. Was it because there was that little like, oh, we have to go for false state, or was it just there wasn't enough damage to get to the core quick enough either?
It was a little bit of both. We thought we could have ended, and then Falset came in and just one-shot Tassadar, so we were like, all right, maybe we don't go in. I was like, no, we can end, and I remember Stark explicitly being like, no, you can't, back the heck out, so... then we left and ended up winning anyways, which felt really nice.
Oh, it was seriously such a good set. Like it was really fun to cast. There was so many good back and forth. ReGen Phoenix, they had your number for a little bit right there, but
they did a very good job.
Before I let you run out of here, are there any shoutouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Oh gosh, shout outs, yes. Shout out to the team, of course, doing an amazing job. Everybody who goes into all of our prep work, we appreciate you so much. Shout out to you for casting. We love it when you pick up our games. Shout out to Gilly, of course. She's the queen and we love her. She's in our new place. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of who else. Big shout out to everybody who always watches us. Tetchers, Rules, you guys, we appreciate you so much. Shout out to ReGen for giving us a really fun back and forth series, and I think that's about everybody. I'm gonna go check to see if I missed anyone. Yeah, I think that's it. We appreciate you guys all so much. If there's anyone I missed, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for all the support. And thank you for the tier 2 for 24 months, Jinxie. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, best friends for 2 years.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful night.